Welcome to the Macat Multimedia Series, a Macat analysis of Michelle Alexander's The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness. Do African Americans still suffer from systemic discrimination? Michelle Alexander, an acclaimed social reformer and legal scholar, believes that they do. In her book, The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness, she explored the prejudices that Black people still face in America. Alexander noted that while slavery in America was ended by the U.S. Civil War, racial discrimination was legally retained in the Jim Crow laws. These laws, which were prevalent in Southern states, separated Black and white Americans in all social spheres. Black people were required to use different and often inferior bathrooms, schools, and other public facilities. Alexander highlighted that the Jim Crow laws were overturned in the mid-20th century, largely thanks to the Civil Rights Movement. However, Alexander argued that despite this, new trends in law enforcement mean that discrimination has continued in other forms. For Alexander, the war on drugs is the main culprit. Police disproportionately search young Black men and are more likely to imprison them for nonviolent drug offenses. Upon being released, Black Americans find themselves stripped of key rights, for example, the right to vote. Further, they are often denied employment due to background checks. Alexander believed that this process deprives Black Americans of their rights as effectively as the Jim Crow laws. However, this discrimination is harder to see as it is due to unspoken prejudices instead of overtly racist laws. To demonstrate this institutional racism, let's imagine discrimination in a military unit. The unit consists of people from two parts of town. One part is rich and the other is poor. The poorer recruits are discriminated against in the military regulations. They have a special training schedule and eat at different times than the others. They aren't allowed breaks for sports as they are perceived to be more aggressive. After some tough campaigning, these official barriers are removed. However, the unit also develops a zero-tolerance policy against any infractions. Even those wearing non-regulation socks are punished. The sergeants believe that poorer recruits are naturally rule breakers, and so these recruits face uniform checks more regularly. If caught, they're sent to a remedial unit. In it, they are segregated during mealtimes and are not allowed time off for sports, just as before. Further, once sent to remedial, you cannot rise through the ranks or obtain extra qualifications. Injustice remains under the guise of a dress code. Michelle Alexander's The New Jim Crow introduced a new focus for the debate on American racial discrimination. A more detailed examination of these ideas can be found in the Macat analysis.